What's up, guys? It's Coach Drew, and today I'm going to break down one of Steph Curry's shiftiest moves that I call a shuffle pullback. Now, a lot of you guys know that Steph Curry is great because he has great handles and a great shot, but what you don't realize is how deceptive he is and how smart he is. And a lot of times, instead of kind of using speed to blow by people, he uses deception to kind of fool defenders and ultimately get what he wants. So one of his favorite moves is this kind of shuffle pullback, okay? And what he'll do is he'll start laterally kind of just shuffling, bouncing up and down and moving his feet. You'll notice he almost drags his back foot while subtly jabbing his front foot to make it look like he's falling forward, but ultimately it baits the defender believing that he's eventually going to take off downhill. So right here he is again, he's shuffling, a lot of times he's shuffling, but then he eventually kind of taps that foot. And notice it's a tap, 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 boom. Okay, after that point, then he pulls back as soon as the defender drops. So again, shuffle, shuffle, then tap, tap, boom, and then pull back, gets behind the three-point line and knocks it down. Okay, so one more time, here he is, shuffling, he's kind of bouncing up and down, then eventually, boom, pull, and it's a quick snap back. Notice it's not a lunge and then the ball pulls, it's just a constant 1, 2, bang, and then quick on that last one, the ball hits, foot hits, same time almost, and then he pulls back, gets on balance, and knocks it down. A great shifty move that you can use to destroy a guy that switches onto you that's not used to guarding on the perimeter. What's up, guys? It's Coach Drew, and today I'm going to break down one of Jayson Tatum's signature moves that I call the same foot stop. If you guys have been following Jason for years, he's been doing it since his high school days, but now he's using it at the highest level in the NBA to destroy defenders. The first key in the same foot stop is getting your defender to kind of relax. So many people don't think about mid-range moves as starting from beyond the perimeter, but that's where it all starts. So the first thing you do is kind of bait your defender to sleep, kind of rock him to sleep, really kind of go slow so that you can get your defender relaxing. Then you're going to catch him off guard and take off. A lot of times you use a little hesitation, or you'll just change speeds and start flying downhill. Now, when you're flying downhill, you're going to get a narrow shoulder right here to really sell that you're getting downhill and trying to attack the basket. When you see your defender trying to run and take off to the basket to cut off your driving angle, what you're going to do is you're going to pivot on your inside foot. You're going to kind of use your shoulder and your off arm to nudge without pushing off, and you're going to pound dribble, same foot, same hand at the exact same time, and stop. Your defender is going to keep flying by, especially if you nudge them, and then you're going to be able to retreat back, create separation, and knock down the shot. So if I walk through that again, I'm right here, I'm kind of baiting my defender, I'm rocking up and down. I might give him a little hezzy fake, I take off, boom, same foot stop, and bring it back. Notice on the same foot stop, I turn my shoulder, I really get low, I might nudge them, I might bump them, I don't extend my arm, but I'm really selling the drive by getting my shoulders over top my knees. Ball is protected, so it's outside my heel right there. I don't want to put it right here and expose the ball to the defender, and then I use that back dribble right there to pop it back, get myself on balance before I knock down the shot. Start using the same foot stop, and I promise you're going to create separation in the mid-range and knock down shots while also making your defender look silly. What's up, guys? It's Coach Drew, and today I'm going to break down one of Brad Beal's signature moves called the side push-out step. The side push-out step is a great move that I used as a player when I was in high school and college to create space to knock down shots over taller, longer defenders. So many of you guys get to the point where your defender's at a good position where they don't give you enough space just to hezzy and pull up, and so you can use this side push-out step to create an extra foot of separation so that ultimately you can get your shot off and knock down more trays. So when I'm right here, I'm floating, I'm making a move, I'm doing anything to get my defender relaxed, this is when you'd use that side push-out step. A lot of times I like to use it off the between the leg float, but you could also use it off a traditional float, or you could just do it off of kind of a dead ball dribble right there where the ball is floating up. So whenever the ball is floating, what you're going to do is you're going to bring one foot to the other. So if you float the ball going right to left, then you'd bring your right foot to your left foot, and then you'd push out to the side. Now, obviously in slow motion, you're going, Coach Drew, that's a travel, but let's break down the nuances so that you can see it can be used at every level. Remember, your steps don't count until you pick up the ball with both hands. So if you dribble right here and pick up the ball and then go 1, 2, 3, then it is a travel. But if you let the ball float and hang and don't pick up the ball until you're pushing out, then it's not going to be a travel at any level. So I'm right here, I'm dribbling, I'm relaxing, I let the ball float. Now obviously in slow motion I am carrying the ball, but I got to break it down. But I go here, and then once I take this step, then I pick up the ball so that I only take one step. At the college and NBA level, they get away with two, where you can kind of pick up the ball as you're stepping right there, because this becomes your pivot foot and this becomes your first step as well. At the high school level, I would recommend doing this, where the ball's floating, and then pick it up. At the college or NBA level, then you can kind of pick it up as you're stepping to the side. It's very similar to a step back, you'll notice, same footwork, where you would take a step and then hop back, or you would take a step and then 1-2 back. But now we're just doing it laterally. So again, I'm floating, I sidestep and get on balance and then knock down the J. Great move to create separation and get jumpers over taller, longer defenders. What's up, guys? It's Coach Drew, and today I'm going to tell you a little story about my high school career. A lot of you guys know that I used to wake up at 4:59 a.m. and shoot 1,000 shots a day before school. I did that every single day in my high school career besides 4 days. I only missed 4 days in the 4 years I was in high school. Now, while I was obsessed and obviously all that hard work paid off, and I eventually got to play in multiple NCAA tournaments and received a Division I scholarship, if I could go back and do things differently, I would change a couple things. The first thing is I would use that time more efficiently. So while I do think that 1,000 shots a day really does help you out, instead of doing that in that hour and a half that I was in the gym every morning before school, what I would do is I would work on game-like training, I would work on game shots, I would work on game skills, and ultimately I would get better game results. So while I became a great shooter because I focused so heavily on shooting, I would instead spend some time working on finishing. One of the areas that I was weak in was left-hand finishing when I was in high school, and I kind of shied away from that just because I wanted to kind of stick to what I was great at. And what I do now with my players is I help build kind of strategic programs so that they get the best results in games, which is all that matters. So if you guys want to take your training to the next level, instead of just being in the gym, instead of just working hard, you'll start working hard with kind of a calculated approach so that you can start getting the game results that you've always dreamed of.